one. I'm just trying out a little bit of different camera angles. I really want you to be able to see what I'm doing when I do the different stuff, different projects. So, my pages, and just pull this up. Hello, looks like Facebook just, well, maybe not yet. So it usually takes them a little bit of time so that they can notify everybody, and then just pull it up so I can see any comments. Okay, if you do pop on, just do like a little like so that I know people are out there. I can sometimes see how many people are out there, but sometimes my Facebook messes up. I got a new laptop coming. So hopefully that one, this one's like, I think it's like close to 5 years old now. So it's time for a new one. I just was doing a bunch of different stuff today after work, and I know a lot of people keep their big transfers in the original bag they came in, but it seems kind of silly to put a little transfer once you cut it up into a big bag. So I usually just downsize it, and then I usually downsize this bag to usually about this size. It just makes it easier. I have a couple of my heart ones. I'm going to do some heart ones tonight, and I just haven't cut this one all up yet, so I haven't used these two yet. And I'm probably going to trim off some of the edges, because they do it so it's on a perfectly square sheet, but like this one, I don't need that section there. I'm just going to trim it off. I've got those. So I was cleaning up my desk and organizing my transfers a little bit, and pulling out some stuff to work on. And I was cleaning up some boards. Those. Cleaned out this one. So hopefully my new order from the new spring summer catalog gets shipped soon. They're pretty much up to the date that I did my order that they're sending out shipments for. Okay. Oops. There we go. Right. So tonight, some of the things I was doing was, I got some of these at the dollar store. You can get like a pack of 3 for $1, and I put a little wax on it because it felt really, really rough. And there's another one that I actually painted black, so I'm going to finish painting that one. It dries pretty quickly, because then I'll end up doing a design on it. I had other different kind of paints that I tried, but the chalkboard paint, I actually ordered off Amazon. Works really good. So like you can get it done in one coat, and then because I have some where I've been trying to do white on them in different kind of inks or different kind of paint, and like I have like 4 coats on this, and it looks, you can still see through it. I don't like it. So I think I'm going to order some more of this paint. I'll like shop around and see if anybody other than Amazon has it, but I got off Amazon just to try it. I'm just going to put it on so it goes on nice and thick. Don't have to really do more than 1 coat on it. Love it. I don't have to go back through and paint things over and over and over again. So I did this half to let it dry because that's what I was holding it on. And just get this excess off my brush. I didn't do the back. It doesn't really need to do the back. And then I just set it on the paper towel to dry. I did these around 5 o'clock. So they've been about 2 hours. These are some cute little wooden ones that the Dollar Tree has. And 1 coat pretty much has done it, except for the one little spot where I had my hand. I'm just going to finish this one too, and see if anybody jumps onto my live in the meantime, so I can get these finished up. My goal is going to be with these after is I'm going to put one of the transfers on top of it afterwards, which can show like a pattern. Just seeing any spots that I missed. I'm like trying to get inside the letters. Make sure I got the bottom sides of them. Sometimes it's a little easier to see it once it dries for that first time. In there. Using the spongy paintbrush makes it a lot easier to get in there too. So that one, oh, it's up at the very end. This one is pretty much done. So then once that dries, might be tomorrow night that I show everybody what I'm gonna do on those. This chalkboard paint has been, I've been making a mess with it, but it has been coming off my fingers. Otherwise I would be covered. Right by now I'd be covered. I'm just gonna finish the love one. So I got this one pretty good with all the different areas. And if any of these dry by the end of my live tonight, I might be able to show you. I'll just have to see if it does or not. Probably could have painted the whole thing earlier. But then I definitely would have been covered in black paint. Because I needed to have somewhere to hold it. This one I actually did start to do the underside. I love the rumor mill, so right now, okay, that one's done. Okay, so there's just one that says love, one that says home. I'll just set these to the side to dry, and then once they get dry, I'll be able to chalk on them. One of the things I did do was this tray earlier. I did finish the whole thing. So I was balancing on it. I didn't do the bottom, but I was balancing it on. Something to keep my little squeegees in. I'll also be able to chalk on it if I want. Because it does give a really nice coat on it. One time, and that's the coat. It's awesome. I had no idea the paint was so good. Let me try to move this out of the way. I kind of want to slide it instead of picking it up. There we go. The cats are sleeping right now, so they shouldn't be messing around with it. So you shouldn't hear anything crashing down anywhere either. Okay, let's see. Tonight I'm gonna try on this one 2 of the transfers that I made. So from Icon Art, because usually I just buy the Chalk Couture ones, and I still am, because the quality of the Chalk Couture transfer is, it's hard to see, but this is just really light. It's not as thick of a grade. I ordered the purple, which is meant more for textiles and thicker. So we'll see if it is as good as the Chalk Couture quality. The other company that I had where I used one of their green transfers, it's the lighter material like this, which is easy to use, easy to clean, but I'll see if it lasts as long. So this is just a little sample one, so I end up printing out what I want, and then I expose it with UV light, the machine they gave me, and I get my mesh silkscreen transfer. So it's the easiest way I've seen to do it, because I've looked up the ways to do it with the Cricut. It would take a lot of patience. I have a lot of patience at work. I don't want to have a lot of patience when I craft at home. I do have excess on the edges, so I am just going to trim that off just to make it a little easier. Actually, I might want to trim it off after I take it off. That'll be easier to put back in the plastic too. You don't seem to have to really stick these. They tend to just stick. They don't, like, they're not super sticky. I don't know. I haven't quite figured them out yet, because see, it's sticking to the table, but it does not want to really stick to this. So that should make it interesting for putting the paste on, but I'm going to do it anyways, just to see how it goes. And this is going to be a baseball one, so I'm just going to use some green. So I'm going to do Adner, and then I'm going to put a little baseball player on. So I'm going to let the Adner part dry, and then I'm going to try to go over it with like a little baseball player afterwards and see how it looks. Okay, so let's see. I haven't had trouble with the Icon Art transfers sticking before, so it could just be that I'm trying to do on a canvas, and this is the first time I've ever tried to do any of the transfers on a canvas, so I don't know if the chalk couture would stick better. I can test that out though. I just want to make sure I don't move the transfer while I'm doing it. Did get a little over the edge. So, I mean, not too bad. The transfer did move a little. Let's stick it back on here. And then they said with these ones, don't soak in the water, so I'm going to wait till I bring it to the sink to wash it. I'm not going to stick it in my water basin. So I'm not too worried about the little bit that went over. And then I'll try to let this one dry. And then afterwards I'll try to overlap the baseball one on top of it and see how it looks. Okay. So just other ones that I've made. Oops. Stick this on better. There we go. Oh, I didn't plan out what transfers I was going to use tonight. I haven't used this heart one yet and see if it's going to be too big for this board. It is. So it'll be too big for that one, but it won't be for this one. So I'll put a little heart on this one. The hearts are designed to fit, if you remember, perfectly on the little heart cutouts. So it's designed to stick on here. And I did this one in pink and the other smaller one. Then I did the big green one because there's two sides. So there's a bigger heart and a smaller heart. I'm just gonna, and this was the one where I learned that, you know, I had been kind of told that you don't really need to stick it to fuzz the backing because it's sticking perfectly on the heart. I found that was wrong because all the edges stick to everything else. So, yeah, I'm not going to do that this time. I'm not going to make that mistake this time. All right. So, it's just a little polka dot heart. And I can do it on the smaller one too because it will just show the pattern. It won't necessarily show that it's a heart. It's just going to show a pattern. So that could work. Maybe I'll try that. I haven't used this one yet, so it's super sticky. And you can usually hear it when you pull it off the cloth that it's nice and sticky. It's feeling duller though. So. I'm just going to stick it on here. And ideally, afterwards, I'll find some words to put across the front of it. It's like an overlap. And if it ever doesn't smooth out right, just lift it up, back down. Okay, I think I'm done with the green for now. I think I'll use kind of like a, I've never really used the gray. It's greenish, so it's really light gray. I don't think I've used it on anything. Lots of people like to use the gray. I also have like a beige or dune, like a sand dune color. Let's see what this looks like. And I'm just putting it on and scraping it off. Since this is the old paste formula, you do have to pay more attention to how much time you take to do things. In this case, this isn't a huge transfer or anything, so it's not a big deal. But the new paste formula, you're supposed to be able to, you know, really be able to take your time and not worry about pulling up the transfer or rushing it. So let's see how this looks. So you can do this on pillow. You can do like little squishy pillows that you fill up. Throw that in my water. Just a cute little hearts. Goes on my little spinny thing. I'll put this to the side, and then I'll see if I'll do some with lettering on it afterwards. And I picked the gray for the color of the heart so that I could put like nice bright letters on it. So I could do like the raspberry or red or something nice and bright across it, and it would really stand out. Oops. What else do I got here? Oh yeah, I was going to try that too. So with this is just a cheap chalkboard that I've gotten off of Amazon. And so as you can see, the back, you can always tell when I wash it because it gets water stains on the back. It's only one-sided. It's just a really flimsy board, but it gets the job done. I imagine it's not going to last like my chalk couture boards because they're thicker, better quality. When you wash them, they look exactly like they were brand new. So you really can't tell the difference between a new one and a used one unless you have one that is still in the original packaging. You know, so it's still got the plastic on the edge. I'm just going to trim off the extra so they can fit in these bags. And I've got the little sticky at the top to slide them back in there. So. All right. There we go. All right. So, put those to the side. And I've got this one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the board underneath it. It's not going to cover the entire area, but it's going to cover most of it. It's got like the love, love, love in it. So I'm just going to see how it looks. I haven't done that before. Which is, like I said, you can use any part of the transfer. You don't have to use the entire transfer when you're doing stuff. You can use just parts of it if you want. So, I mean, I could do the chalk chip underneath it and just try to get the word love, which almost fits perfectly on it. If I use one of the door tags, that would probably definitely fit perfect on that. So let's see how much of the board I can cut. Well, maybe if I go this way, I might be able to cover more. So as you can see, the transfer way overlaps the board. So I'm just going to be a little careful when I put the paste on it. And what color do I want to do? I'll use another light color. I'll use the sage. It's like a light pastel green. Can't wait till I upgrade all my paste to the new formula. The new colors are going to be out in about a week. So there's a couple new shimmers and 3 new, there's Tulip, Golden Hour, and Pistachio. So like a reddish color, a reddish rosy color, a lighter yellow, and like a lighter kind of green. So like Easter colors, basically spring Easter colors. All right, let's see how this looks. So I'm pretty much just playing around with it. And so this one will go right to the edge of the board nicely. So I could actually do a top half and then put it down some more if I wanted to. And then really make it look like there's no heart. Oops. Not easy going right to the edge of the board, but it's the first time I've tried that. A lot on my finger. Okay. Let's see how this looks. So it's neat. It's just got like a nice little love thing on the back. So you can kind of tell that it came from a heart, but not really. It's just got like a nice faded background. Like it. I'll let this one dry. So I've got lots of ones drying now. Oh, hopefully I don't knock any of them over. Okay, so the big one I was going to work on tonight is, this is one of the new Keep It Simple. It's got 6 different transfers in it. So you can just do Keep It Simple, Life is Simple, Keep Life Simple, a couple of decorations. Let's see. Let's take them out, cut them up, and see what I want to make. And I should close this up. I'm going to put a little water in here. Okay. And I usually try to stay on the lines. Not always easy. But if you can stay on the lines, you'll get less fraying on the transfer because it's got the silk screen running all through it. If you get fraying, it's just like fraying on jeans or a shirt. Just trim it off so it doesn't get worse. Keep Life. I think I'll do one of these little embellishments at the top, one at the bottom. Maybe on the sides, depending on how I use the board. A couple little embellishments. And then the last 2 are Simple and It. And of course I could combine these with any other transfers. Like the country one I did, or just take them out and play around. Alright. So, let's see. Does this have hangers on the back? Yeah. Okay. Always check the back to see if there's hangers if you plan to hang it up. Because there's nothing like making the mistake I made where you do the design on it and then you go to hang it up and you realize that you did it upside down on this. It's not a big deal if you're putting it on a stand, but if you're hanging it on the wall, The one I did that said about Grandma's house on the big board, I had the hangers on the bottom, so couldn't really hang that up. But that's all right. I'm going to do a bigger one on wood for Mom. So there's keep it simple that way. Little hangers. I might want to go this way. The words might fit better this way. Probably even do it on a bigger board. These are, no, they won't overlap too much. So I'm going to go with this. So the nice thing about these ones, you can line it out the way you want, and then afterwards make adjustments. So that looks about right. Want to try to remember where I want this. So then afterwards. Okay, and I don't know if you can see in there. So you see the mesh screening. It goes all the way through. So I can't stick my finger through the transfer or anything. But see all the little like green dots in there? So those are on the letters so that like in the keep and the simple, when you do the paste on it, it's going to give the letters a distressed look. So it looks like a little more country, a little more used, not like perfectly brand new, fresh, crisp. Again, you can always use a letter or a ruler and measure it out if you're worried about things being, you know, perfectly in the middle. I'm going to use my white. I've been using white a lot. I haven't really been using white a lot lately, so stir this up. My white is the one where I had added a little too much water and left it open over it. So I kept leaving it open to let it dry out, let the air evaporate out of it and get some of the moisture out. So I was doing it a little at a time, and one night, because I wouldn't remember until like at nighttime when I sat down to play with this stuff, I forgot and left it open all night. So in the morning it was very dry. But as you can see, you know, I just with water and worked it back. I mean, the paste really is not going to go bad. People have ones, the company's been around a little over like 3 years, a little over 3 years, and people are still using paste from the first year. You just sometimes have to use a little water on it if you haven't used it in a while or you didn't put water in when you got done, just because they're colors that are retired that people want. One is like pumpkin pie is in big demand for some reason. I don't know, but you can also mix the colors. I can try mixing some colors too. Maybe I'll try mixing some colors or something for my leaves. Put it on as thick or thin as you want. Scrape it off. Try to stay on the transfer. As you're scraping it off, you can see if you missed anything. The ones like this, just take a little double take look because it's got the green on the inside so that it doesn't, so it has that distressed look naturally. Pull it off nice and evenly, not too fast, you don't stretch out your transfer. So you can see the black through the white because it's supposed to look like that with the distressing. Okay, so I'm going to try the it was supposed to be fit in here just pretty much perfectly. Yeah. I'll just work my way down. Oh, well, can't tell if anybody's out there or not. If so, Facebook's not updating me. Well, the little cursive letters don't have any distressing to them. So, nice and easy. If it does fall back down like that, you can get, usually you can pull it off okay, but if it falls down and it's not, doesn't fall evenly on the space it was before, you can see like a little doubling of letters. So like when I redid this one, because I had done it in the light color first, but I wanted it to pop more on the whiteboard, so I went over a dark green, but I slid the letters over intentionally so you can get like that little shadow effect on the back. So I actually could do that with these two if I wanted. Could give them a little shadow effect with the white in the back, especially being on a black chalkboard. Okay. I haven't used this transfer before, but it's not super sticky, which is good. I probably could have stuck all these transfers down at once, you know, and then just when one's on top, pull it up. It's going to work either way. So whatever kind of system that you come up with that you want to do. Oh, let's see. Sometimes I make a mess, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I do just to keep it interesting. Okay, I always lose track of time though. All right. Not a big deal if you're messy and get it on your fingers, because this is just the chalk. Even the ink that I've used and gotten it on my fingers comes off nice and easy. You just want to make sure, like if you're doing, say this was ink and I'm pulling it off, before I put, say if it's a t-shirt, before I pulled it off, I would wash the stuff off my fingers, just because the ink stays wetter longer, so you're more likely to like get a smudge or something on the shirt that you're making. So far, just keep it simple. Nice and simple and white. I am going to add these for little embellishments. And not sure what colors I want to do it in. It's greenery, so I could use green, but I don't know. Maybe I'll use the orange, something different. I haven't used my orange in a while. I'm going to need to add some water. If I had the bigger sprayer that the company sells, or some people can find them in the stores, you don't have to spray it as much, but I've got just a little one. This is one of the little bottles that I give away free to anybody who signs up for the Club Couture, the monthly subscription. That's in the free gift that I give people, that so that when you start, you have like a stir stick and a squeegee and an eraser and a water bottle, because that doesn't come in the monthly kit. Because once you have them, you don't need to be given one every single month. But those were the things that I really needed most when I first started. Okay, so this does look a little clumpy still. So I'm going to show you what I bought, in case you do get any of the old paste formula, or if you end up buying any of my used ones. Or I might just give out some of my color. So I did get these neat little jars that have seals on them, to share the different colors. Because sometimes you don't want to buy a whole jar if you're just using a little bit. Like, I just want a little orange. Orange is my favorite color. I love Halloween, so orange is definitely my favorite color. Alright, I'm going to get, and you don't see it. Trees. So it's just like a little mixer. People can use it in drinks too. But it just spins around. And it just makes it nice and smooth. So I'll kind of just show you what it looks like. You just want to be careful if you pull it up. Don't hit spinning like this once you've already got it in there, because then you just get stuff everywhere. But I don't know if you could see that. It's just breaking up the clumps to make it nice and smooth. I could do this with the stir stick. And with the new paste formula, you're not going to have to do it. Let's see. I accidentally pulled it up, but I don't see it got anywhere. I hope. Yeah, it did get a little bit on my board. So if you wanted something to look like paint splatter, you could use this. Just stick it in, then pull it up, and then let it go. I just got like 1 or 2 AA batteries in there. And it just breaks up any little clumps that are in it. The clumps aren't going to hurt it. It's like when you're making brownies and stuff, you get a little, or you're mixing it up and you've got like little clumps in there. It's not going to hurt anything. It's just going to dissolve. So then usually I just stick it in a little thing of water, which I can use my thing. And then I do it and put it in water and turn it on and it cleans it off completely. And you can see now it's nice and smooth. People were buying them because of the clumpiness in some of the old paste, but now with the new paste formula, there's not really going to be any need for them. But it's something to keep in mind just in case you, for some reason, decided you did need to. Okay, I'll get back to this. So, I don't know if you can see when I lifted up the orange. I mean, it's probably on my shirt, but it's just really fine dots. I don't know if you can see that there's really fine orange dots on there from when I lifted it out of the jar. They're really small, but like if you wanted to do a paint splatter, I guess that's a good way to do it. If you want to give something like a little paint splatter effect, but remember that it's going to get everywhere. It's going to get, not just get on your board, it's going to get anything that's in the 360-degree radius. And I'll just do a little simple centering on the bottom. And I'll put this one at the top. Let's put them down both at the same time and then lift them out. There we go. So I mean, I always could have done like different hearts on there and then put the keep it simple or keep life simple underneath it or on top of the heart, but I'll go with it like this. And these leaves have the little blue dots in there, like couture teal kind of color in them too, so it's designed to make the leaf look a little bit distressed. Just more of a country kind of style. Just try to, when you pull it up, try to pull it up nice and even. If you're ever worried about getting it, like if for some reason you don't have like any fingernails, and like my mom who bites her fingernails, you can always take the little stir stick, like a clean one, and stick it underneath the edge so that you can get a grip on it to pull it up. Especially if you're doing one of the bigger transfers. The little transfers is usually pretty easy. So just a really simple, keep it simple. I like it. Take this one out and replace it with this one. You want that one dry. Let's see. This one's already dry. Let's put it on here for now. So this one should be dry as well, and it is. Okay. So let's see how this one's doing. And that one's good too. All right. So I can go ahead and do like my second layer on these if I want. There's my little baseball player. This is the baseball player one I did where you can see there's some blue in his legs and stuff. It's because I put the nozzle when I was cleaning out the transfer on it too much when I was creating the transfer. But I want to see how it looks. So ideally, I'm going to have him right in the middle. and just see, hopefully. Yeah, I'll do them in the orange while I got the orange out. Might as well. So I expect that most of him is going to be fine. It's just that his head area I'm going to have to see. If it works well, slip the transfer. If it works well, then I will most likely do it again and add the boys' numbers. My nephews, add their numbers to it and use their team colors. Logan's is pretty much red, white, and then I think they have blue. And Mason's has got like this fluorescent green. Let's see how it looks. Not too bad. You get the basic image of it. I did slide the transfer. That was my bad. And I pushed down too hard. It gives it like a little action look, I guess. It's not too bad. Okay, so got these two, and I was just going to try to figure out to add some kind of lettering to it. I'm going to grab my little mini transfers. Got packages of them, and see what I can. I actually have a whole bunch of minis. They do different themes. So there was like a Halloween one. There's like the country kitchen one. Just classics like coffee, Valentine's Day. There are pictures too, like a cat. So there's one that's a happy Valentine's Day. I could do that one on one of them. And then this is just the cute little love bug one. I like that one. So sorry if I'm a little quiet. I'm not quite sure why. I am going to try to plan out the lives a little bit, and I think I might bump them to 8 o'clock at night, so that way people in other time zones other than the East Coast time zone will be a little bit easier for them. Oops. Oh. Not too bad. Okay. It's great I set it on there. Oh, why did I do that? I need that. Okay. So this one, I'm just going to add a little just for you to it. Just kind of like off to the side in the bottom corner. And I'm going to be extra careful when I pull my transfer off because I don't want to pull up the paste from the heart that I did earlier. I'm going to do it like in a brighter pink color. I'm going to need to stir that up. Okay. And finally, my extra stir sticks came in. So I've got extra stir sticks and extra squeegees now. It usually just depends on how many colors you're using on a certain night. I'm just stirring it up so I get the texture I want, which is pretty much like yogurt, cream cheese, or It'd be a really soft cream cheese, but yeah, Mom, I'll call you when I get done. My dad's birthday present finally got there and they had to put it together and it had more pieces than I thought. So got him a couple of outdoor chairs, little rocker swivel chairs that they love. So I'll call and hear about that adventure. All right, so put this on here. This is a new transfer I haven't used before. Just nice and, pull it up nice and slow. And it looks pretty good. So, just got a little just for you on it. Could add probably lots of little mini ones if I wanted. Probably could have put it on the side. But then I've got the other side, so when I put it back in there, I can do something on the other side as well. I'm going to do the Happy Valentine's Day one. I'm going to put it off to the side at like a little angle. And I've used this one several times. I've got it in one of my little ornaments and stuff up there. But I'm just going to do a little sideways thing. I'm actually going to grab my red. I think the red will stand out pretty good on that. This time I'm going to use my candy apple red. Which looks pretty good. I'll stir it up anyways, just in case. Yeah, so my candy apple is in good shape. It does, I'm going to pop this out and see what it, no, it's just the old seals. So the old seals don't say anything on them. And they had changed manufacturers, so some of the old seals, some of the old jars didn't have seals at all. So they've got all the new ones say sealed for your protection. Sealed for something. All right, so I'm going to do this in a nice bright red. This really should stand out on the green background, since it's a light green. Nice small fine lettering, just making sure I get all the areas. So that's just got a cute little Happy Valentine's Day on it. Put that one to the side to dry. And I've got lots of stuff to clean up tonight. Okay. Close all my things up. I'll probably do one more little, since I already got it all out. Might as well. Right. This one, I've used this one lots of times. It's like, it says little love bug, and it's got the little, you know, Volkswagen Beetle type car on it. Just purple. Let's see. Not too bad. And since most of my squeegees are in my drawer, I'm just going to use my little handy dandy multi-tool. So it's perfect for stirring on one end, the curved end, and then this end is just the half the size of the mini, or the mini squeegee. It feels, when you, the only difference it feels between using the regular squeegee and the end of this is, I don't know, it feels a little bit more like I'm painting. I do have some other squeegees I got, small tiny ones from another company that has them like on a paintbrush end, just to try. I figure I'll try them all out and then I'll let you guys know which ones I like best. So you don't have to ask, I'll just tell you. Okay. Yeah, I'll spray a little water in there for next time. Alright. Pull this off. It's just a cute little one. If you have a crocodile, so it's basically a hole puncher that looks like a really big stapler that can punch holes through the chips and really thick cardboard and stuff. You could easily turn it into an ornament, or you could even use ink, and well, I could probably make my own address tags if you wanted to attach it with a zip tie to luggage or anything else really. Yeah. Okay, so I'll let those dry as the cats are starting to wake up. And I think that's going to be it for tonight. Tomorrow I'll try to go on like 7:30, 8 o'clock and see if later is a little bit better. Because I see people are watching the videos after the fact. So usually I can tell in the morning that people have watched them overnight. So I think I'm just going to try a little bit later just to see if that gets more people that I can actually talk to while I'm on my live. All right, please like the video, share the video, and comment that you shared it to get entered in the drawing. And each time you do that, it kind of like bumps the video back up on the feed so that other people will see it too. So in case people weren't on at time. I know when I used to watch the videos, I never hit like on them. And now I wish I had. Especially if you like the video, hit like on it. If you don't like the video, then don't. But if you do, go ahead and hit like on it. I think that's it. Right? Night.